What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Jesse and I make motorcycle videos just like this one. So if you're into these kind of videos, be sure to check out some of my older videos, and if you like what you see, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, so in my last video I talked to you guys about the 5 things that I really liked about this Ducati XDiavel. Now I want to talk to you guys about the 5 things that I dislike about this bike. So let's just get right into the video because the weather is very unsure right now. It wants to rain, it wants to be sunny. I don't know, I just don't want it to start coming down on me and start raining on me. All right guys, in no particular order, 5 things I dislike about this bike. Number 1 would have to be the ride comfort. While riding this bike down the road, you could feel every single little bump or crack in the road, and after a while that gets annoying, right? You start to feel it in your body, your back, and it really takes a toll on you over long distance rides. So Ducati, I would have to say this bike is not as comfortable as it should be since it is in that cruiser category. So maybe tweak the suspension a little bit and, you know, give the real cruiser guys a more comfortable Ducati cruiser to ride. Thank you, I appreciate it. Wow. And that's the kind of attention I get with this Ducati XDiavel. All right guys, so going into the second thing I dislike about this bike is when I do my own oil change on this bike, I'm not able to reset the oil life for the bike. And it's very annoying because Ducati requires you to take it to a dealership in order to reset the oil life for this bike. I'm the type of guy that loves to do my own maintenance, my own oil changes, at least the oil changes. I think the oil changes is probably one of the easiest things to do. I just find it very rewarding knowing I put fresh oil in my bike, really good oil, and I made sure to change the oil filter. I like to get all that stuff done, and I like to make sure it gets done properly. But Ducati is holding me back because after I do my oil change on this bike, I have to take it to the dealership so that way they can plug it into the computer and reset the oil life for the bike, which I think we should be able to do at home. So that's the second thing I dislike about this bike, guys, not being able to reset the oil life for the bike after I do an oil change. Because when you don't reset the oil life for the bike, a sign pops up on your display saying it needs an oil change, it needs maintenance, when in reality it doesn't, because I did the oil change myself and I did it right and I did it proper and I did it the way I want it, with the oil I want it and the oil filter I want it. So Ducati, let us be able to do our own maintenance on our own Ducatis. And I do have to say that that's one thing that scares people away from Ducatis is the maintenance. I'm sure a lot more other people would choose the Ducati route than any other route if the maintenance was just easier to do. All right guys, so for the third thing I dislike about this bike would have to be that this heat shield keeps coming loose. Let me show you guys. Okay guys, so this heat shield right here, as you can see, is very loose and it keeps coming loose, guys. I took it to the Ducati dealership and they looked at it, they supposedly tightened it, but it just keeps coming loose and it's very hard to get to. Like, you got to go through the seat, and even when you take off the seat, there's still a lot of stuff on top of it that you need to remove in order to get to the screw to tighten this up here. And it's very annoying, guys, very annoying. So Ducati, if you're listening, we gotta do something about this heat shield here. Okay guys, here's the other side where the heat shield is. I hope you guys can see that, how loose it is. And you know, like I said, I took it to a Ducati dealership and they tighten it, but a week later it becomes loose again. Hopefully I take it again and they fix it and they get it right. All right guys, so for the fourth thing I dislike about this bike would probably have to be this headlight up here. I mean, it's just an opinion, it's just my personal opinion. I think Ducati could make this headlight a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more appealing. But you know what? It doesn't really bother me. I mean, I'm just trying to come up with 5 dislikes about this bike and things that if it was up to me, I would change. So listen guys, the headlight, you know, it's pretty cool, it's pretty nice. Let me turn it on for you guys. You know, it got the daytime running light here, and it's a pretty awesome headlight. But I mean, if it was up to me, I would tweak it a little bit and I would change it a little bit. I would like it just a little bit more aggressive looking, because the rest of the bike looks so aggressive, and then the headlights like, what is this? But you know what, guys, it's not really a big deal, but it did make my my top 5 dislikes. So yeah. All right, guys, so for the 5th and final thing I dislike about this bike would have to be when washing this bike, a lot of the water hides in the nooks and crannies and cracks of this bike. Because it is a naked bike, there's a lot of places for the water to hide. And when it's time to go for a ride, after you had just washed the bike, you get on the bike, and once you tilt it upright, all that water comes pouring out, and it just leaves a ton of water spots. All that means is bring a rag with you, so that way you could clean up some of that excess water when it comes coming out, and you could dry it up so that way it doesn't leave the water spots. All right, guys, so that's the 5 things I dislike about this bike. I mean, I kind of had to dig deep for those last 2 about the headlight and about the water hiding the nooks and crannies. But you know what, guys, those are 5 things I dislike about this bike. So all right, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber means a lot, especially on this YouTube platform. So I greatly appreciate it, guys, if you hit that subscribe button. All right, guys, so until next video, take care of yourselves and keep riding. Deuces.